Welcome to a deep dive into the world of oxidative stress and its impact on your health. This masterclass is designed to empower you with knowledge on maintaining that delicate balance within your cells. Now, I'm Coach Tay, and I'm a certified holistic nutritionist. I am not a doctor. This program, this presentation, and the advice given is for educational purposes only, and it's not intended to take the place of advice from your own physician or to be a means of diagnosing or treating any disease. The training objectives for this presentation are as follows. When you get done, you're going to be able to comprehend the basics of oxidative stress. We're going to identify free radicals and their sources. You will learn about the significance of antioxidants and recognize the risk factors or health implications from oxidative stress. And we'll evaluate lifestyle factors and how they can improve things for you. Uh, First, we'll talk about how they can negatively affect you, and then how you can choose lifestyle factors that will improve things for you. And then you'll learn preventive strategies. But before we dig into all of that, let's examine a healthy human cell. A human cell is complex, and it's an organized structure consisting of various components that work together to maintain the cell's uh, structure and its function. Now, here are some of the main components of a human cell. You have the cell membrane. The cell membrane is that lipid bilayer that surrounds the cell, serving as a protective barrier. And then you have the cytoplasm. It's a gel like substance that fills the cell and surrounds the cellular organelles. And then there's the nucleus of the cell. It's often referred to as the control center, and it houses the cell's genetic material in the form of DNA. And then the mitochondria, or the powerhouse of the cell. And it's responsible for extracting energy from food through a process called cellular respiration. Now, there are other components of a cell, but I don't want to, turn this into a scientific presentation. I only want to give you a general idea of how complex a human cell is. Now, you've had the wonderful view of viewing this beautiful, healthy cell. Now, let's contrast that with a cell that's unhealthy. An unhealthy human cell can exhibit a variety of abnormalities, dysfunctions that compromise its structure and its function. Cellular dysfunction can result from a range of factors. And we'll get into some of those risk factors later, but here are some characteristics of an unhealthy human cell. And I'm just going to play this shot here a couple times so you can kind of get a general idea of what I'm talking about. So, the membrane damage. The cell membrane can become compromised, leading to increased permeability and loss of its selective barrier function. And then you have that mitochondrial dysfunction. Impaired function of the mitochondria can lead to decreased energy production and cellular respiration. I hear a lot of my clients talk about their energy level when they come and sign up for one of my programs within a couple of days sometimes. For some people, it might take a couple of weeks, but they start feeling their energy come back. And that's because they're healing on a cellular level. And when we feel sick and our energy is gone, when we think about that mitochondrial dysfunction. And also, there's inflammation. Chronic inflammation can lead to cellular damage and contribute to the progression of various diseases. As I was researching this subject, I found myself kind of going down a rabbit hole with the various dysfunctions of a cell. But I want to keep this discussion focused on the basics because simple is always best. So, with that, let's discuss the basics of oxidative stress. When I think about oxidative stress, I think about rust. First of all, what is oxidative stress and how does it occur? The simple answer is oxidative stress develops when you have too many free radicals and not enough antioxidants in your body. Now, this imbalance can cause damage to organs and tissues and result in various diseases. So now you're likely wondering what in the world is a free radical? Well, in simple terms, a free radical is a molecule that has an unpaired electron. And electrons usually come in pairs, but sometimes a molecule can lose one of its electrons, leaving it with an unpaired electron. And this makes the molecule highly reactive because it wants to be paired up. Um, and free radicals try to stabilize themselves by stealing electrons from other atoms. Taking electrons away from those atoms actually creates more free radicals, which can cause widespread instability in your cells, organs, and your tissues. And free radicals can be endogenous, which means they were produced in the body um, as a result of maybe normal metabolic processes, or they can be exogenous, coming from external sources such as exposure to, let's say, tobacco smoke or UV radiation. If you're still confused, don't worry. You don't have to be an expert on explaining what exactly a free radical is. Just know that it's not a good thing. But to help, let me define the word radical for you. The Oxford Dictionary says relating that it's relating to or affecting the fundamental nature of something, far reaching or thorough. Hmm. So I ask, do you want to encounter something that can alter or change for the worse the very nature of your cells? Trust me, you want to avoid causing free radical damage as much as possible. Now, for a moment, let's go back to oxidative stress. Now, if you recall that oxidative stress develops when you have too many free radicals, right? And because of this, oxidative stress is associated with conditions like cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative disorders, and even cancer. It also contributes to the aging process and age related diseases. And to be more specific, high levels of oxidative stress are linked to more than over 200 health related issues. Left unaddressed, oxidative stress can disrupt body systems, cause damage to the components of the cells. And there is where you may start to feel, something's a little off. Maybe you're trying to tell your doctors you just don't feel right. Something's wrong. I just don't feel good all the time. And then you start seeing these major health changes. And it only gets worse over time. The cell damage continues. And eventually there's cellular damage. I'm sorry, cellular death. The damage is already there. The cellular death is what comes next. If you look at the screen here, you kind of see how, our cells look normally. And then it progresses going through that free radical stage when the free radicals are attacking, and it gets more and more severe. And then eventually that cell dies. Okay. And there are some key repercussions of cellular death resulting from severe oxidative stress. First, there's that mitochondrial dysfunction. It's like no matter what you do, you just have no energy. You have accelerated aging, neurological implications such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. There's tissue and organ damage. Cumulative cellular death in tissues and organs can lead to structural damage and in repair overall organ function. Okay. Uh, you have also oxidative stress can affect your immune cells, leading to that you're always getting sick and your body's always compromised, and you find yourself fighting chronic inflammatory conditions all the time. And then worst than everything is the development of cancer. Prolonged oxidative stress and the resulting DNA damage can contribute to the development of cancer. And on my screen here, I have a very disturbing picture of a cell that's attacked by cancer cells. Okay, not a good thing. So there are lifestyle factors that all contribute to this. We're going to expound a little more on this dark side of oxidative stress and talk about some of the lifestyle factors that that contribute to it. I don't need to tell you that cigarette smoke contains a variety of toxic chemicals. Exposure to uh, air pollution triggers an inflammatory response in your respiratory system. Inhaled pollutants can enter the bloodstream and affect organs throughout the body, contributing to systematic oxidative stress. And the idea that cigarettes are toxic, that's elementary stuff. We all know that. We all know this type of stuff that it factors in with the major killers in our society. But let's talk about a factor that's not so obvious: food, something that we all need. Diet plays a significant role in influencing the level of oxidative stress in the body. Excessive consumption of processed foods, junk foods, sugary foods, especially refined sugars like with high fructose corn syrup, can lead to an increase in ROS, or that's reactive oxygen species production. And this can occur through processes such as glycation and the activation of inflammatory pathways in the body. Now, to be noted here is that even chronic stress can contribute to oxidative stress. Um, Coupled with the bad habits of the diet, and then you're under a lot of stress, and maybe you're not sleeping all that well. Chronic stress activates the sympathetic nervous system, leading to the release of stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. And when you have increased levels of these stress hormones, that also stimulates the production of the ROS, or the reactive oxygen species. And all of that is the beginning stages of those free radicals. Okay. So we have discussed a lot here. And so, really, you should have a better understanding of the damage that can occur because of oxidative stress. There's a lot you can do to counteract all this bad. We all have a choice in the matter, and we all have a friend that can help us out. And that friend is antioxidants. So let me introduce you to our ally. They keep the body balanced by providing free radicals with that electron that they need to become more balanced. And they do that without, they are able to lend an electron without becoming a free radical themselves. So they are our body's natural defense against oxidative stress. Now, unfortunately, the body cannot produce enough antioxidants on its own to keep us free from free radicals. So, what you eat really matters. Supplements really matter. So our body is relying on the choices that we make also. We cannot control every factor, of course. I think about sometimes how I'm walking along and I walk through someone's cigarette smoke. Or, maybe you might decide to eat a deep fried donut one day. Those are small in comparison to the bigger choices that we make several times each and every day, dozens of times every day. We have to make choices. So one or two bad choices is not going to kill you, but it's what you do consistently. For a healthy life, we must make good choices in order to combat everything our bodies have to contend with on a day-to-day basis. So let's talk about some of the strategies or some of the things that you can do to help your body. The first thing is a nutrient dense diet. That plays a pivotal role in combating oxidative stress by providing the body with a robust arsenal of antioxidants and essential nutrients. So, foods rich in vitamin C and E and selenium and a variety of phytonutrients act as potent antioxidants, neutralizing free radicals and preventing oxidative damage. So, you want to cut the sugar. Need I say more? We all know the damaging effects of sugar, right? Read food labels. I can't stress that enough, how important it is for us to read food labels and make sure that we are staying away from high sugar and high fructose corn syrup and other toxins. And also, regular exercise has shown to be something that's very beneficial, including it helps with mitigating oxidative stress. We when we engage in this physical activity, the body undergoes a controlled level of stress, promoting adaptogens that enhance overall resilience. And exercise promotes the production of endogenous antioxidants and activates cellular repair mechanisms, helping to counteract that oxidative damage caused by free radicals. But the thing you want to be careful with, if you don't want to over exercise, it's very important not to be too excessive or too intense because you can actually cause more damage and cause oxidative stress by those very, very intense workouts. So be careful with that. The next preventive strategy is having to do with environmental pollutants and toxins, such as air pollution, pesticides, heavy metals, chemicals, cigarettes. They all contribute to oxidative stress. So we want to minimize exposure. If you're a smoker, you want to try to quit. It's the best thing for you. Okay. Of course, avoiding tobacco smoke sometimes and using environmentally friendly household products, we want to do what we can. All of that is, of course, going to help with lowering our exposure. And you want to maintain good indoor air quality within your home, reducing exposure to allergens and pollutants as much as possible. And taking proactive measures to limit exposure to harmful substances is really going to support the body's natural ability to manage oxidative stress and foster a protective environment, for your overall well-being. So here's a bonus thought to keep in mind. Of all the macronutrients, and when I say macronutrients, I'm talking about fat, protein, and carbs. Those are your macros. Fat is the easiest to oxidize, which is not a good thing. So therefore, consuming high quality fat sources such as grass fed butter, olive oil, organic unrefined coconut oil, and avocado oil is essential. High quality, not low quality like vegetable oil and canola oil or soy, which is predominantly in a lot of the things that we consume. So you want to read those food labels. Okay. Um, on the list of essentials is also taking a high quality vitamin E supplement. Uh, we need both tocotrienols and tocopherols. So most supplements have tocopherols, but you want to get a mixed complex that includes tocotrienols because tocotrienols are 50 times more potent than tocopherols and provide an insane amount of protection against fat oxidation. So, we discussed a lot in this masterclass today, but here are your main takeaways. Oxidative stress develops when you have too many free radicals and not enough antioxidants in your body. Free radicals can be produced in the body as a result of normal metabolic processes, or they can come from external sources such as exposure to pollution or tobacco smoke. And but there are things you can do. You can do something to help your cells be free of these invaders. Eat a diet loaded in antioxidant rich food, stay active, manage stress, improve sleep quality, and limit your exposure to toxins. And if you plan to take a vitamin supplement, make sure it's the highest quality. Okay, 90% of the thousands of antioxidants in the cells, in our cells, in your cells, are composed of vitamin E. So if you're going to help your body by taking a supplement, make sure it's the best that you can get your hands on. Okay. Thank you for attending today's masterclass on oxidative stress. As we conclude the session, I hope the insights that I shared with you have provided valuable knowledge and a deeper understanding of the impact of oxidative stress on our health. Remember, the pursuit of knowledge is an ongoing journey. So I want you to stay connected and continue the conversations on social media. Follow me and for more updates, resources, and insights. Your engagement is key to fostering a community dedicated to learning and well-being. I want you to stay tuned for my next masterclass where we will dive into another intriguing topic. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning. Look forward to connecting with you all in my digital sphere. Thank you and take care.